Hey guys, it's Connor from Futures Analytica here. Today we're going to be trading a simple stacked and balanced strategy with the Analytica Chart 3. The only thing we're going to be looking for when entering are stacked imbalances, but we are going to consider other aspects of order flow on whether or not we should enter that trade. We're using 5 contracts of ES with a 10-tick take profit and stop loss, meaning this is a scalping type strategy and we're looking for high probability quick moves. We're using a 0.35 imbalance ratio with a minimum imbalance volume of 50 today on the 15 range chart. Alright, as you can see, we did enter long there on those stacked imbalances. Although our only entry trigger is 3 clustered imbalances, we do take into consideration other aspects of how the market is doing, so there is some subjectivity to it. We had this really nice string of positive delta, which was consistent with the price action at those bars, so we're all set to enter long. We have a keybind to allow us to enter and exit these trades quickly and effectively, which you can set up in your NinjaTrader control panel. We end up getting filled for 10 ticks on 5 contracts pretty quickly there, but we quickly re-enter as there is a second formation of clustered imbalances long. It takes a little bit longer for us to get filled there, but the concept is still the same. It's only 10 ticks, so it is a scalping type action. After that last trade, there is a range starting to form. However, we do get this really nice short entry breakout when there is consistent delta and a large number of stacked imbalances. So we do enter short there on 5 contracts for 10 ticks. Pretty straightforward fill there. Didn't get any real pullback in the long direction, so this goes to show that if you want to be a little bit more risk averse trading this strategy, as long as you're okay with a lower win rate, you can adjust your risk to reward ratio to be a bit more biased towards reward and still do pretty well. We're picking up another short position on these stacked imbalances at this level. We saw a breakthrough of a previous support level as well as some really great price delta action. Another straightforward trade. At any point we could have moved our stop loss to either half of what it was or even to break even, but we're trying to keep it simple for education's sake. We've got a little bit more of a complicated entry here. We have an interesting situation where delta is staying consistently positive, but price is slowly irking downward. Active buyers are trying to hold price up. The only way to be sure that we have a high probability entry is that we waited for price to break through a previous repeated absorption level before entering on a stacked imbalance. If we had seen a stacked imbalance in the short direction before we got that breakout, we wouldn't have entered. One thing to keep in mind when scalping is you're relying on a high win rate. You don't have the crutch of having a skewed risk-reward ratio. Sometimes it's better to cut a loser than it is to let it hit your stop in hopes that it will fill. Although this strategy has in theory a 1-to-1 risk-reward ratio, you're still paying commissions and dealing with slippage, meaning that the reality is that it is not a 1-to-1 risk-reward ratio. Alright, we have a pretty interesting clustered imbalance here. Imbalances do carry over from previous bars as long as the tick distance is still 1 or less. We didn't get the best fill, but we're going to stick with it anyway. Really straightforward and simple entry here. We've got great delta price action with some easy to spot stacked imbalances, so we do go short here. Alright, another really smooth trade. I think it's important to note that not all days are going to be like this. However, historically when trading this strategy, I have dealt with a around 75% win rate. This is with a somewhat skewed towards the risk on the risk-reward equation, but with 75% win rate, you can have some wiggle room there when you're dealing with your ratio. We are having a really smooth P&L curve recently when trading this, but it does take some skill, so don't jump right into this strategy. Please trade it on sim before you try anything. Does look like after that trade, there weren't any other imbalance opportunities, but because we traded the whole day, we ended up making $4,200. I do not recommend starting on 5 contracts like I am. I highly recommend starting with micros so you get the feel for things, especially if you're trading with a smaller account size. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I appreciate all the support you guys have given to the channel. If you want to see more content, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. If you have any questions about trading or the Analytica Chart 3, which I was using in this video, please shoot me an email, which will be in the description. We do have some really awesome semi-automated trading coming out. It will be using the Analytica Chart 3 in conjunction, which will allow you to have the ability to trade these stacked imbalances pretty much autonomously. I have some really exciting stuff coming up, so don't miss it. Sign up for our newsletter on the website if you want first access to it. Thank you guys so much. Have a great day.